woke up to, let's just say, chaos and mess in the kitchen this morning. We had a big family dinner last night and Dave made an amazing Caribbean style meal, but left all of the dishes for me to take care of today. So I'm not really feeling that, and it's really nice outside. It's gonna be really warm and we have rain coming in for the next 3 days. So I am going to put off doing the dishes and I'm gonna take us on a hike. I've never actually been on this hike before, and I'm super excited to try it out. I've heard about it, but just have never gotten to it. But I'm also want to talk to you guys about a misconception about following your passions in life. I think there's a better way. When you hit midlife, it's not unusual to start taking a hard look at what you are doing with your life. This is especially common if you're going through a big change, like becoming an empty nester, looking at impending retirement, or perhaps getting a divorce. Or maybe you're just completely burned out from your current work situation. You want to do something different, something you really enjoy doing, but you don't know what that is yet. Then you start looking for advice on which direction to go, and everyone is telling you to follow your passion. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is just plain bad advice. You see, passions can be limiting. We often have this idea that we need to have a single, all-consuming passion to lead a fulfilling life. But the truth is, passions come and go, and they can change as we grow and evolve. Think about what you were passionate about in high school. I was passionate about surfers and getting the best tan possible. Not exactly a pathway to living a fulfilled life. One of the things that I have been curious about throughout my life is photography. So when I did my 50 before 50 list back, 4 years ago now, I did take a photography class because I had been fascinated with photography for many, many years, but never did anything about it. Unfortunately, or I guess as the case may have it as you pursue your curiosities, the class was more about like apertures and speeds of lenses and all this technical stuff that I just couldn't get into. Now, if the class had been all about composition and creating a balanced composition and figuring out like depth perceptions and stuff like that, I think I would have been far more into learning more and more about photography. But as it was, I could never really remember what apertures I was supposed to use, what speed of shutter I was supposed to use, the ISO, and all those jigamajags. But now that I am doing these videos, I was curious about editing. And as I've gotten more and more into the editing process, that is something that my curiosity wants me to learn more and more about, even the technical stuff. So when you are pursuing your curiosity, you're going to find that maybe some of the things that you're curious about, you're not curious enough to go in depth into them. I spent years trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up and kept returning to the advice of following my passion, but I could never figure out what I was truly passionate about. It was frustrating and honestly a little demoralizing. I felt alone in my struggle to find a direction. Ultimately, striving to find that one consuming passion led me down some unproductive paths. Now, I don't mean when you run into a challenge or get stuck doing something that you're curious about that you should just give up on it. In fact, a challenge or a snag along the way is probably a great point in order to evaluate if that is something that you want to keep doing or not. Like I said with photography, I tried to give it a go, but I just wasn't into the technical stuff enough. But I didn't completely give up, because then I just transferred that interest and curiosity over to making videos like this one. You know, you can fall into or get hit by lots of challenges along the way. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that tree behind me. It got struck by lightning, and yet it's still growing strong. You can get struck by lightning. I mean, we're calling that a challenge. You can get struck by lightning in a good way too. But if you have a challenge, you can overcome that challenge and keep going. You just have to decide if it's the direction you want to keep going in or not. On the other hand, curiosity is a lifelong companion. It's that inner voice that prompts us to explore, to try new things, to seek out answers and solutions. If there is one thing I have never lacked in my life, it is curiosity. I just wish I had had this advice so much earlier in my life. The book that completely changed my way of thinking about how I want to spend my time and my life is Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. I think this book should be required reading by all 18 to 25-year-olds, and it should definitely be on your list to read if you find yourself at a crossroads in life. Following your curiosity is not only fulfilling, but it also leads to unexpected and exciting opportunities. It takes you on a journey of self-discovery and helps you find new interests, new skills, new friends, and new experiences. The best thing about following your curiosity is that there is no age limit. No matter how old you are, you can explore any new interest you desire. You just never know where it might take you. Thank you so much for coming along on the hike with me today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I am curious to know what you're curious about. Is there something that you've started exploring lately that you've been curious about for a while? Or perhaps there's something new in your life that you have been curious about and you've started to go and explore that curiosity. Let us know in the comments below. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.